East Side Dave McDonald.
Go out to New York City, find a homeless guy, murder him, Batman snuff rises.
Chris Pepper Stanley.
Jedi, so much better.
Oh, sorry, I don't like the second one the best like everyone else.
Sean O. Barry.
This is what you get in my house. We're spilling paint in the garage. Do I stutter?
Roy Schaefer Harder.
I was ready to don a Yankee outfit and go bash people's brains and run through the streets.
They are the movie experts. They are the movie masters. They are the Watchers.
Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. Your monthly movie, and to a certain extent, television show. Woo! We are the Watchers! Davey Mack, Sean O'Barry,
Yeah. Shut up.
Roy Schaefer Harder,
That's right.
and no Chris Pepper Stanley on the Watchers this evening, but filling in for him, our Davey Mack Sports Program cinematographer and director, Eric Z.
Yeah, Eric's
in the
number
house.
one. Yeah, Eric. Eric.
And just like Pepper, Eric also has a massive cocaine problem. Round of applause.
Eric.
And just like Pepper, Eric also has a huge alcohol problem. Eric. Just like Pepper, Eric is also a gambling degenerate. Eric. Just like Pepper, Eric puts spikes of heroin in his arms. Eric. Just like Pepper, Eric has killed 2 homeless people in Astoria, Queens. Eric.
That one you shouldn't have mentioned.
All right, okay. Let's just move on. The Watchers, that's who we are. You people are listening to us. So you're the listeners, I guess. And anyway, I discussed this on our other show, the Davey Mack Sports Program, but I just got back from Disney World where I partook in the Indiana Jones stunt show. I tried to volunteer because they actually cast some of the members of the audience, and they were like, they kept asking for like groups of 3s, and they were like, we need 3 people for this scene. I kept being like, pick me, and then I started to get angry because they refused to pick me, so I started to go, fucking pick me, you fucks! I got escorted out of Hollywood Studios, the entire park. But before I did, I was able to see the Indiana Jones stunt show. Oh? And did you know that they have the scene there where, remember in Raiders, where Indy's fighting that Nazi with his shirt off over the plane, Marion's caught in the plane.
Of course.
And everything like that?
Nazi gets ripped up in the propeller.
In the Indiana Jones stunt show, no swastikas on these Nazi people. Really? And their uniforms had like a yellowish tint. They were like yellow Nazis. I call them Yahtzees. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. No, I thought that was a weird
Very
movie.
weird. Those are not real Nazis.
Come on.
Yeah.
Look,
Seriously.
I know it's painful to see the swastika. Is it swastika or swastika?
You say potato, I say potato.
I saw these people. I'm like, Indiana Jones isn't battling Yahtzees. Let's get the goddamn Germans in this house.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get the Roy Schaefers of the world.
Lest we forget.
Yeah, it's important to remember the Holocaust was all defeated by American archaeologists.
That's right.
That's right.
Who would get artifacts and then somehow single-handedly take down an entire army of Germans. He was really handy with the whip and the gun and whatnot.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant. Is that the best Indiana Jones one, Shano?
I like the third one.
You like Last Crusade?
I do.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
Schaeffenbeck, you have a problem with that?
I do. I'm going with the first one.
Raiders of the Lost Ark,
Yes, thank
the one
you.
I was just talking about.
Yes, that's the best one.
Thank you. And Eric, what's the best Indiana Jones movie?
What was the one with the little Asian kid?
You look short round, and you're talking about Temple of Doom, and this is why we can't have you
Really,
back.
that's a weird way to bring that one up.
Eric
by the
Z,
way,
who's
Eric.
filling in for Pepper, just said Temple of Doom's his favorite.
No.
want
I
that.
was just asking.
No, it's your favorite. Be
He's
honest.
asking about the Asian boy, which really gets me concerned.
Yeah, short round. Who then was also in Goonies, which is basically
Hang on.
like Indiana Jones for kids.
Wait, was the same kid?
Same kid. I swear to God.
All right.
Yeah. He was the kid with the
Sure
camera with the
didn't look
gadgets.
like the kid.
He was the fucking kid. Look at
right.
IMDb his ass. Jesus.
Pepper? I mean, Eric?
Me, I'm a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull fan.
Oh, gosh.
Everyone knows that's the best one. I've said this before on the Watchers. I won't say it ad nauseum, but I'm not actually anti-Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Right.
People talk about the scene where he was in the fridge is so ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, because when ghosts came out of a gold box and melted Nazi brains, that was realistic. Or the fact that him, an Asian boy, and the blonde singer jumped out of an airplane 10,000 feet above the sky in a raft, and their bodies didn't explode on the mountain, but yet it landed nice and safe.
Mythbusters busted that one.
Yeah. I'm sure that was realistic. Or in Last Crusade, that he's walking on an invisible bridge or whatever the shit happens.
That's real.
And there's a 1,000-year-old knight that he finds and choose wisely, you know, and all the he chose poorly. Because that was realistic
That was
too.
real, yeah.
Every Indiana Jones movie has elements of supernatural and, dare we say, a fantastic, almost impossible incident occurring.
Mythological.
There you go, Sean.
Yeah.
So why the anger towards Kingdom of the Crystal Skull? Here's the reason. You're all jaded, you sons of bitches.
Yeah.
You got to get back. You got to get that childlike innocence back. This internet's broken all of you. Stop it already with the negativity.
He looks so old, though. And
That's what it was.
And Shia LaBeouf's in it.
I'm not against Shia LaBeouf. I know the Transformers movies suck the dick. But Shia LaBeouf was not bad in Wall Street 2. And Wall Street 2 is not a bad film. Wall Street 2 is a good, is a passable film. It's not. Wall Street is a masterpiece. Wall Street 2, it's like a solid B. And Shia LaBeouf is not terrible in the film. He's not the worst actor in the world. I could think Keanu Reeves is worse than Shia.
I agree.
All right.
And he was good in that Moonshine movie, too. What was that? With Tom Hardy and...
There you go.
Who's-
That Moonshine movie with Tom Hardy. I don't
knows?
know. I don't know. Who's Tom Hardy? Oh, he was Bane.
Lawless. Lawless. That's what it's called.
Lawless.
He was the bad guy in Batman, though. Tom Hardy, right?
That's right.
He was Bane.
Was he was Inception, too. He's the English guy in Inception.
Correct.
Very good, David. 10 points for you.
I'm the fucking watcher of all watchers.
Yeah, you
you
are.
understand?
You are.
Do you get it now?
My hat's off
When
to
you
you.
have insomnia, all you do is sit in that fucking garage and watch movies on a running loop. Just over and over and over again. Sometimes you weep, thinking, boy, I don't have a lot of friends. I'm just sitting here in my garage, watching the same movies. Sometimes you text message Sean O because it's a lethal weapon. And when that happens, the Sean O and the Dave Man text each other. Well, I guess they text each other during Lethal Weapon 1.
Yeah.
But when Lethal Weapon 2 came on, I said, Sean O, Lethal Weapon 2's on. No response, Roy.
Nothing.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was, you fucking left me hanging,
You
Sean.
never text me during movies, Dave. Why is that?
Do you want me to text you?
Maybe not. I should have brought it up. I take it back.
You better think about what you're wishing for, pal.
I know.
You'll be getting little 3 a.m. Things of, yeah, Roy, I just finished Airplane. Now I'm watching Black and White Cum Suckers Volume 8. Because I didn't tell you, I also keep adult movies in the smoke zone.
Do you really?
Which is, sometimes I jerk off in my garage. What? I have to. I have like a little thing of wet, personal lubricant. That's the name of the product, too. That's my jack-off sauce
Don't your wife and kids use the garage,
of
too?
choice. No, the kids don't go in there ever. We've told them you're not allowed to be in this room. Period. There's too much smoke, and so you don't want
It's the jack-off room.
You don't want that. And now it's become the jack-off room.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah, I used to use Astroglide. Now I use Wet personal lubricant. That's the name of the product, just in case you're wondering.
Like spelt H-W-E-T.
No, just WET. Wet.
What?
Now, we got an email here from a young man named David Volpe. And David Volpe says, Davey Mac, I am sick of you and Pepper Hamburger going on about the fucking Shitshank Redemption. That movie is the most overrated piece of shit of all time. It isn't even the greatest jail movie of all time. Cool Hand Luke smashes that shit.
Oh, please.
He goes on to say, Tim Robbins is a douche, and Morgan Freeman has duty on his face, which I find to be racist.
Kind of funny, though.
He's an African American. It's not poo.
Duty.
Okay, it's racist. He says people don't even refer to it as the Shawshank Redemption. It's just Shawshank.
Mm-hmm.
He says, how can people mention it in the same breath as The Godfather and Goodfellas? I want opinions as to David Volpe's email. Is the Shawshank Redemption overrated? Are we making too big of a deal of the Shawshank Redemption?
Actually, he might have swayed because
Roy
he
Shea.
mentioned the movie Cool Hand Luke, and he's got a point. I agree with him. Cool Hand Luke is a much better prison movie. You know what's a better prison movie than Shawshank? The
What?
Great Escape.
Great Escape is a prison movie. It's a fantastic movie.
Alcatraz.
You just love that Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
And the Nazis.
And the Nazis. The Alcatraz movie I love. Escape from Alcatraz with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, except for one thing. Did you ever, when you're watching Escape from Alcatraz, and I do recommend this film highly, except for the Al Capone character, who they turned into one of the most menacing, murderous Americans of all time, and they turned him into this, like, comic fucking relief guy. Like, he was all fucking, like, he was like the goddamn R2-D2 in this serious Prison Break movie based on a true story. What the fuck?
Maybe someone had it out for him. One of the producers didn't like him. Killed his sister or something like that.
I don't like it. Make Al Capone. De Niro was the best Al Capone. Am I right, Shano?
Yeah, I gotta agree. The Untouchables.
Am I right or am I right,
The
John?
Untouchables.
Am I right or am I right, John? All right.
I like the guy in I don't know his name. He's the guy in Boardwalk Empire plays Capone. I think he's doing a good job.
He does do a good job. I agree. Boardwalk Empire is fantastic. It returns to HBO very shortly.
Yeah.
Cannot wait.
Very soon.
Final season. I was thinking about this the other day. The name is Peter Weir, spelt W-E-I-R. Do you know him? Eric Z?
Sounds familiar.
Do you know any of his films?
He's the guy from Grateful Dead.
Do you know
right?
any of his films? That's Bob Weir, you son of a bitch.
No.
Do you know any of
Schaefer
his...
quote.
He's a director. Sean Barry. Do you know him?
I do.
I know who he is. He does the artsy films. The really artsy ones.
Not necessarily. That's. Are you thinking David Lynch?
No, I'm thinking of
Peter Weir? Well,
Peter Weir did Twin Peaks.
I'm watching again. That's David Lynch, you sons of bitches. But I'm watching Master and Commander, a film that was nominated for Best Picture, directed by Peter Weir. And then I realized this Peter Weir's had an insane career where he's highly underrated.
Yeah.
What has he made, you ask? How about a movie called Witness, nominated for Best Picture, and got Harrison Ford's only Oscar nomination for Best Actor in Witness. How about the fact that he then makes Dead Poets Society, nominated for Best Picture, and Robin Williams, of course, the late, great Robin Williams, gets nominated for Best Actor. How about the fact that he then makes Truman Show, which gets Ed Harris an Oscar nomination, which was a tremendous movie, way ahead of its time. It essentially predicted reality TV. And then how about the fact that he made Fearless with the great Jeff Bridges? By the way, Rosie Perez, the Rosie Perez, right? You know, the White Man Can't Jump Rosie Perez. She got nominated for an Oscar for that movie. Yeah. All this guy does is get Oscar nominations for his movies and his people. And Master and Commander was spectacular. A wonderful film. And yet no one knows Peter Weir. Stop it. Go to Netflix right now and start fucking getting your Peter Weir movies. I want everyone listening to this to watch all 5 of those films.
Peter Weir
there will be a book test tomorrow on October when we do the next Watchers.
Peter Weir versus Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick destroys Peter Weir.
Yeah.
But no, he doesn't. But you know me. I named my fucking son Stanley.
So
what do you want me? I didn't name my son Pete. Frank Oz.
Peter Weir versus Frank Oz.
I am never gonna take Miss Piggy over Peter Weir. Fuck you, Sean Bass.
Who?
I was making Barry into like a nickname. Sean
right.
Bass.
Sean
Bass.
That's what the O's
That's
for.
the new thing now, though. Sean Bass. You like that?
Nope.
You like it, Sean Bass?
Don't.
It's kind of like Sean Barry, isn't it, though?
Yeah, a little bit.
By the way, Disney has, of course, we all know, bought the Star Wars franchise. And at Disney World, I was trying to suss out information. And I got a couple people telling me that the plans are an entire Star Wars park. So not just your little Star Tours on Hollywood Studios,
Future World,
but perhaps an entire Star Wars park.
Well, what do you mean, like in California? Or?
Disney World is separated into 4 kingdoms. The Magic Kingdom.
In Florida.
Epcot. One in Florida. Disney World.
Okay.
Disneyland is the one in California.
Let's clarify.
Disney World is the one in Florida. Okay. Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and Hollywood Studios. Those are your 4. So they're all 4 separate parks. Okay. And they have Star Tours right now, which is a great ride, in Hollywood Studios, obviously, because it's a movie.
Right.
They're saying a 5th park could just be entire Star Wars land.
Makes
Wow.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
That's big time.
By the way, my source was a guy sweeping up trash on Main Street in Disney World.
Wait a minute.
I think he went by the name Herbie.
Yeah.
Your old buddy.
That's right, Eric. You're paying attention.
Hell yeah, man.
You're
I'm taking
paying attention
notes.
to hashtag the DMSP, baby. What do you say? The Watchers are going to look back on a film today. And that film is called Tombstone.
Finally.
I've been waiting for this moment, Dave.
Best Kurt Russell movie of all time? Davey Mack says, fuck to the yes.
No way.
Then give me a different one.
Overboard.
With Goldie, where
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn was the rich broad
Yeah.
who lost her memory.
Yeah.
And this asshole who committed like 9 crimes. He basically kidnapped her,
Yeah.
told her he was her husband, and somehow he's supposed to be the hero of the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
And then this fucking person who essentially raped her because she didn't remember who he was and she had sex with him.
Yeah. Think about it.
Then she gets her memory back and still is in love with him.
Right.
It's a sorry ass movie.
I don't know.
You might have to get your Watcher's license revoked.
You painted a pretty good picture of it right there.
Yeah, that was the movie. It sucked ass. Sean Barry,
Oh.
got anything by Kurt?
I got 2, but I'll play one.
I want one. I want only one.
Big Trouble in Little China.
I
Oh.
love Big Trouble in Little
good
China.
one.
I'm
Good
not
one.
gonna lie. I love Big Trouble in Little China.
His
Better than
masterpiece.
Tombstone?
Yeah, his masterpiece.
Not better than Tombstone.
Definitely better than Tombstone.
Not
Yeah.
better than
Thank you,
Tombstone.
Roy.
What does Tombstone have? A supporting,
Val
a
Kilmer.
brilliant
That's all
supporting
I got.
role by Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
A young and portly before Sling Blade, young and portly Billy Bob Thornton. Remember?
Yeah.
He somehow got famous as Sling Blade, and yet, but he was in Tombstone as the fucking asshole who Kurt Russell refused to kill. And then all this guy kept doing was rounding up villains to shoot Kurt Russell's brothers. Hey, Kurt, the movie would have been like 4 minutes long. Fucking slit Billy Bob's throat at the beginning of the movie.
That's why I don't like him in that movie. He's a big pussy.
He was a great character. And by the way, Bill Paxton, baby, America's favorite actor.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't love a nice little Bill Paxton?
He's in everything.
I have a favorite role.
Bill Paxton's death scene in Tombstone is just about the worst. Whenever you're like, looking up with your eyes, no one dies with their eyes open and talking.
Bill Paxton does.
This was a bad idea, Wyatt. Kurt Russell should have been like, you think? Maybe I should have fucking killed Billy Bob a half an hour ago. Sorry, Bill. Well, see you later, Chet.
Yeah, but to say Chet in Weird Science. He's
Weird
my favorite,
Science.
My favorite role.
Which brings me to the Watcher's next look back on.
That's bad.
Hold on. I wanted to rebut your Tombstone.
Please, Eric. I
Escape
never
from New
will.
York.
Escape from New York.
That's the
John
other-
Carpenter.
Easily.
That was my
John
movie.
Carpenter.
Snake Plissken.
I love Snake. Who doesn't love Snake? And by the way, it was because of that film that Quentin Tarantino cast him in Death Proof. He, too, is a huge Escape from New York guy. And maybe I would even put Death Proof as my second favorite Kurt Russell role. I loved him in Death Proof. Plus, it was a different side. He's always the hero. So to see him as the bad guy was exciting in Death Proof. I might have to go home and watch Death Proof now. I really do.
We got 3 movies now.
I might do like a Tarantino thing tonight.
Why not?
I've been watching Django lately a lot.
Me too.
It's all of a sudden it's becoming more of I'm enjoying it more than Inglourious Bastards, and I put them in the same thing, because they both came in roughly the same time,
Right.
and nothing's gonna compare to Pulp Fiction in the Tarantino library,
Nope.
or maybe even Reservoir Dogs, but
Up there.
Inglourious Bastards I loved, man. I mean, I loved it, and then lately I'm like, you know what? I fucking love Django maybe even more. What's going on here?
They're all good.
Jamie
okay.
Foxx
I
he does
know.
a great job in Django. I know some people don't like him. Dave Mann isn't one of those people. He likes his Jamie Foxx. He liked Any Given Sunday. He liked Django.
I didn't
He
like
liked
the-
Collateral.
I didn't like the
Right.
incorporation of modern music in that film at first, but I got used to it.
That's right.
It works. It works.
That
I
one
got- I
rap
got
song
over it.
where
Yeah.
they're walking,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to say what word, but it starts with an N. Do you guys know where I'm talking about? It rhymes with trigger.
I don't get it.
That was the rap word. And I was uncomfortable. I was watching the movie in a theater, and it was a wonderful, racially diverse theater,
Okay.
but I suffer from white guilt. You can't say that word. I just
Wait.
put my head down, and I'm like, I'm not one of those white people,
You worried
folks.
about that song as
Yeah.
opposed to the whole movie?
Yeah, I guess I should have worried about the movie. I shouldn't worry about the movie. Well, I felt like Christoph Waltz was like a good, representation of the proper Caucasian. He was like, hey, this slavery shit's wrong, man.
But it's still pretty hard to watch.
Well, yeah, there was a lot. I love Quentin Tarantino's terrible Australian accent in that movie. What do you got, mate? Hey, Darky. He called him Darky at one point. It was the worst. It was barely an Australian accent.
He's got something in the works.
Hey, Darky.
He's got something in the works to be released next year. Something like 70 millimeter.
I heard
film.
it's.
I don't know what that means.
Actually, I heard it's going to be perhaps a prison break movie. He said he wants to attack a Great Escape type of genre.
I thought he was redoing The Great Escape.
But the weird thing is, to me, even though it's not a prison break movie, I understand it's a World War II movie. Inglourious Bastards, though, I thought kind of has, we're a gang of dudes, we're soldiers. It's a little strange. See, I keep saying I want to see Tarantino tackle either sci-fi or the sports film genre. Because I think a Tarantino science fiction movie, holy shit, that would be fucking awesome.
I just want him to not retire. He's, to say he's done and he can't do anymore. Like he did threaten to retire.
Well, what happened was they leaked this script. These assholes, who he was in pre-production, and they leaked the script on the internet, and it was the real script. And Tarantino said, "Fuck it, I'm shutting it down. I'm not going to do a movie where I can't surprise the audience. Fuck this." And I swear to God, when I read that on the laptop, I punched the laptop and then kicked my dog and then cut off my own dick. So that's how angry I was. I'm now a eunuch, Eric Z.
All right, man.
I'm like the fucking bald guy in Game of Thrones, which was shut out
Embarrassed.
at the Emmys, disgustingly so. And no, I don't watch Breaking Bad, and I intend to Netflix it this winter. But until I do, you cannot tell me that. Come on, guys. We all know Game of Thrones was the most talked about show on television this past year. It was phenomenal from episode 1 to the last episode. How? How could it have been shut out? Nothing for Peter Dinklage?
He was nominated for best actor in a drama.
Yeah, I want to see him win.
Bryan Cranston got it.
He won already. So did Peter Dinklage, but still, he deserved it this year. This was his season.
That was really a 50-50 for me. Like I could see them.
You
both.
watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah. I did.
Which one was better?
It's really tough.
You're
man.
the final authority. Roy, do you watch Breaking Bad?
I do, actually. Yeah, I watched all the seasons.
Both of you. Which one was better? Roy Schaefer, you first.
God, that's
See?
a tough one.
It really is tough.
Give me an answer. You got to have one. Gun to your head.
I'm going to go with Dinklage.
You're going to go with GOT, baby.
Yes, thank you.
Game of Thrones. Sean L. Barry?
I gotta go Cranston.
Oh, you're a fucking
He
traitor.
deserves it, man. You
You're
gotta
a
watch
goddamn Watchers traitor.
You'll
The
see.
Watchers even did a song for Game of Thrones.
You know what?
Khaleesi
I'm
and
gonna
Dragons,
I'm
Game of
flop
Thrones.
Back. I think Sean's right. There's some crazy acting in them.
Cranston.
Cranston.
I knew you would fucking
A turncoat.
turncoat, you goddamn Nazi.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a Yahtzee.
Yahtzee.
Eric Z, do you watch these shows?
I have seen about 5 minutes of Breaking Bad.
And what about Game of Thrones?
I've seen about half of it.
All
All
right,
right, on that.
Eric,
On that.
What the
well, what
fuck
I'll
are
say
you
is,
doing?
Go ahead.
Okay, go.
What
Here we
I'll
go.
say is that I was watching someone else was seeing Breaking Bad, and it was with that Jesse dude, the Aaron guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed on his behalf for this. It just seemed like the most ridiculous overacting I've ever seen.
Oh! Eric Z says, Sean O'Barry, Roy Schaefer, shut the fuck up.
Well, hey, that wasn't Cranston though.
You just shut down Sean O and Roy Schaefer.
All right, fuck him.
On your first on your first day here as a fill-in for Pepe Hamburger, who I know would have chosen Game of Thrones. I know it.
Well, yeah.
Even though he's a meth head.
He makes
the crystal meth rings too close to home.
well, he makes love. He makes love to his novels at home.
Yeah, I know. He's a sick freak with that
He really
fantasy.
is. Yeah, I know.
I can understand. Listen, Davey Mack loves to watch Lord of the Rings. I like that fantasy shit. I do. I ain't reading it. I tried to read Lord of the Rings one time. I couldn't get past the second fucking word of the book. They're going into elfish languages. What is this?
Yeah.
I had to be like an anthropologist to understand what the goddamn elves were talking about. I don't know how to speak elfish. What am I? A fucking bilingual goddamn motherfucking elf or
You
something?
just gotta listen to Zeppelin.
Kingdom Paris Stefala.
What's that?
I speak a little elfish.
And what'd that mean? What'd you just say?
I just said I speak a little elfish.
Oh, man. You son of a bitch. Whoever saw Guardians of the Galaxy kicking this much ass at the box office?
It's doing pretty good, right? I think
Pretty good.
Yeah.
It refuses to get beaten in
think
the
it's
number
gonna-
one spot.
Is
It's
it
gonna break
Marvel?
some records.
It's going to break all these. It might make $1 billion, Shafe.
Is it Marvel?
It's a Marvel movie, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yes, it is, because there was billboards all over at Disney World. And
Okay.
Disney's also co-opted Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I loved the film. I really did. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I
Haven't
thought it
seen it
was
yet.
the second best 3D movie I've seen. I'm not blown away by these 3D movies.
No.
My favorite, though, and this might surprise you,
I was gonna say.
still is Hugo by Mr. Marty Scorsese. If you saw that film in the theaters in 3D, it was spectacular. It was like, goddamn, this is what 3D should be. It wasn't that he was, doing the
your
lame.
face.
Yeah,
Oh,
all of a sudden the
explosion.
fucking dog's head would pop out at
Right.
the camera and everyone jumps back. It was about the details, the richness of the cinematography
Yeah.
were totally enhanced
Do it-
by the 3D.
do
He
it-
got it.
There were parts of that in Avatar where it was cool.
You're right.
It was like very
With
cool.
Avatar, have you tried watching Avatar now? I can still watch Hugo now. I bought it on Blu-ray.
Right.
I can still watch it because it's a great
So
story.
Avatar I can't watch. At
Avatar's
all. It's
terrible.
too long. It's too long. It's a shitty story. I know. I mean,
The fact that anyone in 2014 would use the fucking cliche of "we're not in Kansas anymore," like how many goddamn movies, especially action films, have to, all shit, things are blowing up. There's blue people decapitating ISIS people, and the guy has to say, "We're not in Kansas anymore." Like, yeah, I get it. First of all, it was supposed to be like the year 2300. They wouldn't have even fucking know what the Wizard of Oz is,
Right.
let alone some quote from said movie.
You're right. You're right.
it would have been better if he misquoted it.
By the
And
way-
then you
by the way,
knew
guys-
that he over time that maybe that quote got fucked
You're right.
up. You know,
You're
Or
right, John.
he could have been literally talking about Kansas. Right?
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, that's where they launched from.
This episode of The Watchers, we're not in Kansas anymore, baby. See how lame that sounds? It's just lame and unoriginal.
Let Pepper
You
know.
don't need to fucking do it.
Let Pepper know that's the title.
Be honest, James Cameron sucks. He made the two Terminators I love. Should have retired right there. Titanic, you can't go back and rewatch that movie.
No, never.
Titanic is terrible.
Yeah, the fucking boat sinks.
You know what happens?
And besides that,
And she's
it's just bad.
That big fucking rock at the end. She could have donated that to charity or something.
Fucking bitch.
Drops in
right?
the fucking water.
She dropped in the water.
Stupid asshole.
Jack fucking drowned
Yeah.
for that goddamn stone. You fucking bitch.
Proved nothing.
Sitting there all old. I remember it like it was yesterday. And then just when it was getting all hot,
Yeah.
and Jack is drawing a picture of the naked Kate Winslet,
Yeah.
they flash back to the old, liver-spotted woman.
God.
Like, it was like fucking watching The Shining in the bathtub scene. I'm like, I want to see Kate Winslet, and then she turns into a fucking old creepazoid.
Right when in the middle of the Jack session.
I'm trying to jerk
Old
off to the
lady.
bathtub scene. Jack looks at her, and there's fucking worms crawling out of her
leeches,
ears. What is this?
Holes in her skin.
Come on, I can't jack to this shit.
Ugh.
Now I have to jack to Shelley Duvall. Come on, Stanley. Did you ever jack to Shelley Duvall?
No.
Is there any movies you would jack to Shelley Duvall in?
No.
There is a movie. It's called Nashville. Check it out. She wears short pants the whole time.
Nope.
She has like a roller girl type vibe.
She
You'd
look-
fuck it.
She looks like a mic stand.
Although I think she was like 15 at the time, so maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know. I mean, if the person's not a kid now,
No, it's fine.
is that like still? So I could say like, hey, Jodie Foster in Taxi Driver. Fuck
She
that
wasn't
shit.
18?
She was 13, dude. 13.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she just looked like a young kid.
She was a child.
Wasn't there nudity in that?
No, she never got naked.
No?
Scorsese would have been arrested. No, she's not naked. Remember, she was
that's a
a young
Polanski
woman
film, I think.
in The Accused.
Yeah.
Which I think was like 13 years later. I think
Right,
The Accused
you're
was
right.
88.
Yeah, you're right.
And I know for a fact Taxi Driver 75. Roy, what's your favorite Scorsese film?
I'm gonna go with Mean Streets.
Really? Is that are you being serious? Because I actually love Mean Streets. God damn.
David, no.
Dave, you're right.
Dave.
So, guys, we're not in Kansas anymore. I almost choked on water, which I thought was impossible.
I'm gonna. Yeah. You know what? I am gonna go with Mean Streets. I thought it was a great movie.
I
And I,
love
also
Mean
like
Streets.
The Last Waltz.
Yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, I'm not talking about any of his rock docs. Which, by the way, he's making a Ramones documentary,
That's right. Yeah.
and I
Some of
actually love the Ramones doc, End of the Century, So I'm not sure how much material he has to cover.
I'd say they're all dead.
The Ramones doc, did you ever see End of the Century?
Yes, I have.
It's
yeah.
pretty comprehensive. It starts when they're kids to when Joey and Johnny die.
Yeah.
And Dee Dee as well. So I'm not exactly sure what's... But I'm excited. Scorsese's turning into this like rock historian before our eyes. George Harrison, Bob Dylan, the Rolling Stones, the band. I mean, my God, that's 4 films. Now this will be his 5th rock doc. I'm excited.
You want a bit of Ramones trivia for
Please.
you? Joey Ramone's last video, I think it's called What a Wonderful World.
Yes.
He does a cover of it.
He did.
If you listen very carefully to Michael Pitt, who's the actor in
I know.
Boardwalk Empire.
He was Jimmy.
He's in his video at the very beginning. And if you listen to his voice when he speaks 1 or 2 lines, you'll notice that it sounds a little bit like Roy Schaefer. I actually dubbed in my voice for Michael Pitt's voice in the Joey Ramone video.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I swear to God.
Shano, I know I don't ask you to get audio, but we might have to get this.
It's a God honest truth. Listen, I say
so
something
if we
like,
pull up, hold
are
on.
you ready?
If
Are
we
you ready?
pull up the Joey Ramone video on YouTube,
Yeah, you'll hear it. If you listen very
I
carefully,
want to hear it.
You'll hear me say,
I know.
What should I type in exactly?
type in What a Wonderful World
By Joey Ramone.
by Joey Ramone, and then if you listen to the very beginning
On YouTube.
on YouTube.
All right,
if you
go
listen-
check it out, Shawna. We'll
you'll
talk
see-
while you
you'll
find it.
see Michael Pitt's mouth saying, "Are you ready?"
Michael Pitt
Listen very carefully.
was Steve Buscemi's protege
Yeah.
in Boardwalk Empire, and some,
right.
and not sure if he made it out alive after season 2.
That's
right.
right.
I know some people don't watch or are waiting to catch up
Mm-hmm.
with Boardwalk Empire, so I won't give any spoilers.
Are you ready?
Eric, do you believe this guy or what?
That's fucking mind blowing.
No, I mean, do you believe him? Because Roy Schaefer is one of the world's biggest pathological liars.
What a Wonderful World. What?
By Joey Ramone. Jesus, the fucking pot has got to
I
stop
thought
before
I
the
was
watchers. The marijuana smoke has got to be toned down. I think
wanna
we
see-
told Sean Berry like 8 times.
I
He's
want to
still
see a really
asking.
bad dub here, like
No.
an old Hong Kong movie.
I don't believe Roy Schaefer did. I think we're going to be hearing Michael Pitt's voice, and he's going to try and pass it off as his own.
I also
I
wanna
know my
shout
Roy
out-
Schaefer.
I also
Here
want
it
to say what
comes.
happened.
All right, hold on. Let's listen.
Okay, now there's a slate on this. I forgot to take that off.
All right.
Don't worry about me.
The building they're cleaning up. Now you're going to see Michael enter a window with a young girl in it, which is actually a girlfriend back then.
Okay, there's Michael Pitt.
Now listen very carefully. All the sounds he's making, this is me.
All right, I'm listening.
Here it comes.
Still listening. Do it again, Sean. This is the song.
Yeah, this is the song. You missed it. Did you listen?
He lied.
I swear to God.
He lied to us.
He didn't say anything.
He
Takes
said
out the
nothing.
VHS. Listen very carefully.
Okay.
Takes out the VHS from the bag.
All right.
Turn it up, Sean.
When he takes out the
You missed it. Can you hear it?
It was right there again.
Yeah.
All right, enough. I can't keep rewinding the goddamn video all night long.
fucking Winston move.
Enough. You've been exposed yet again.
No, I'm telling you. Listen very carefully.
It's not you.
It's me.
Michael Pitt didn't speak.
That was me. That was my voice.
Why would you be speaking
ready?
if Michael Pitt
Because-
wasn't?
Because I did this video. And
You really
when,
did.
When
I know you're a sound.
I've seen it
If
before.
people don't know, Roy Schaefer and Shano are the world's greatest sound designers. They do a sound design for Skinny Man Studios in the heart of Times Square.
Now, Michael Pitt couldn't make the session because they didn't record any sound on set, so he had to come in and replace his lines. But he didn't show up for whatever reason. He never showed up. I think he had an audition or something. But so they asked me, "Hey,
know,
can you
like-
do it?" So I was like, "Yeah." So I went into the booth. I used my voice. I said, "Are you ready?" that's
Roy Schaefer, everybody,
That's it.
the star of What a Wonderful Life,
how many hits
What
I
a
got on that
Wonderful
video.
World by Joey Ramone. It looks like 3 million.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, Roy.
Yeah.
And they were all flocking there for you. Isn't that amazing? Which is weird because they don't even know it's you. We didn't even know this fact till just now.
Yeah, that's the truth.
But I guess 3 million people just now heard this show and are all viewing YouTube at the same time. Which means we have 3 million people listening to us. Which I always suspected, by the way. I always suspected that number. So a couple years ago, we did something called Any Drunken Sunday Special. Okay? Now, the thought is we want to do this again. All right? And we've been racking our brains. It was a Davy Mac Sports program / the the Watchers simulcast where we played Any Given Sunday and did the Mystery Science Theater 3000. But we also got highly liquored up and talked and did commentary for the film while the entire 3-hour film was rolling. We've been trying to think of a follow-up for this fall. Pepper said he had Draft Day, which is a football movie with Kevin Costner, because we wanted it to be a sports film.
Is that the new thing coming out right now?
I think it came out already, and Pepper, bootleg, baby, bootleg hamburger. He got a free copy, or, he found his little piracy friends, and bam, 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 we have a copy.
So we should rebroadcast that?
That's
a good idea?
That could be one thing that could get us in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Another film I was thinking about is a film that I associate with the autumn, also sports, Rudy. And this is a film that we've all seen. The third option, and here is the option that I think could be the winner or the loser. But I'm literally asking Sean O'Barry and Roy Schaefer on the air. We didn't discuss it off the air. Mm-hmm. I want your opinions. The third option would be, what if we do Any Given Sunday again? Okay, before there's pause, understand this. We were so fucked up on the first Any Given Sunday, we had no idea what we were even talking about. This Any Given Sunday, we will be fucked up again. It will be a totally different show. And then maybe every 2 years, we just do Any Given Sunday.
I like it.
I know that's a little bit weird thinking from the Dave man.
I like it, Dave. Pepper will hate it. What do you think, Shauno?
I'm into it, although my suggestion was going to be Breaking Away.
The bicycle movie?
From the 70s.
We're not doing that. Right. We're not. We wanted it to be a big American sport. I'm sorry, Shauno. We don't live in France. No one in fucking America cares about bicycling. I'm sorry, Sean Barry. I ain't a goddamn member of the Swiss bicycling team, okay?
Dennis Quaid's in it.
Now, listen. The thing about Draft Day, I was interested at first, but then I realized none of us, myself and Pepper, have seen it. Right. So we'd be paying attention and probably not talking.
Yeah, just watch the movie.
Yeah, we'd just be watching a film. Because we would have to know what's going on.
Yeah.
We could do Any Given Sunday again.
Or
Any Drunken Sunday 2.
Or Breaking Away.
No breaking away. For me, it's between Any Drunken Sunday and Rudy.
Put that on your Twitter.
I want this. What would you come to? So you're on the side of Any Given Sunday again.
I'll do Anything Given Sunday again.
Sean O'Barry?
Likewise.
Or Rudy?
Or Breaking Away.
There's no breaking away. It's off the table.
I'm not doing Rudy. It's not even an accurate fucking sports story.
I know. Joe Montana, in fact, said Rudy was a big fucking fat asshole who just annoyed the rest of the team. He literally came out a few years ago and said the whole thing about Rudy being the guy who was bullshit.
Yeah.
Rudy was a dick. He did practice too hard. He did get guys hurt. People were pissed off that this guy was treating it like the Super Bowl, and he was going after guys' fucking knees in practice, for Christ's sakes. Montana was like, that guy was a cocksucker. Fuck Rudy. Well, way to destroy a film, Joe. Way to destroy a film. Listen, speaking of, I gotta give a shout out to Barnell Bill, who does all those wonderful photoshops for the Dave Man. Speaking of Shawshank Redemption, they're actually, for the 20th anniversary, going to be opening up the prison.
Fixing up the prison and letting people
go in
there.
there. The Pittsburgh Gazette reports that the Ohio State Reformatory, that's the location for Shawshank, is now being opened for tours.
It's kind of sad.
I tell you what, I would go there right now, and I'd be like, where did Boggs rape Tim Robbins? I want to know Boggs. This has been The Watcher. Stay tuned next October. Good night, everybody.